Buddy Junior 2000 here coming at you with a rant on, not a rant, but a piece of shit fucking rant on one of the most shittiest and generic fucking remakes of a horror movie that I have ever seen. And it's this piece of fucking shit. The remake of The Hitcher. Fuck this movie, stupid fucking piece of shit. It's a remake of this underrated horror movie classic, The Hitcher, that came out in 1980, 84, or I think 86. Damn it, because it says HBO home video. I don't know, but it's the remake of this really underrated classic that is well shotted, well filmmaker, well casted too. Better actors in this movie than the fucking actors in this remake, and better, more tension and more psychological thriller and better act. Just the movie's just a better pace overall. Just the remake has a shitty ass pace. Even though the remake is actually shorter than this movie, but I didn't. The remake felt like it was 2 fucking hours. This one felt like you're invested in a movie that's fucking well acted and well presentation it, and yeah, this movie had its game. I didn't really feel like this movie needed a fucking remake. Like, come on. Like, what the fuck was dated about this movie that needed a remake? Because I'm not a remake person. I say fuck remakes most of the time. I do like some remakes, but when it comes to piece of shit remakes like this that did a shitty job, fuck this movie. And this movie is another Platinum Dunes bullshit remake. Michael Bay, shitty company that remade a lot of movies. But I would say this is the worst. Like, this is the worst up there. Like, this one in the Nightmare on Elm Street remake fucking suck. But this is, I would say this is even worse. Like, this is up there with the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. Um, I didn't mind the Friday the 13th remake. I'm kind of mixed on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. I used to like it, but it just felt kind of boring to me. I don't know. Just when I was rewatching it, just my mind changed about that movie. I do like Arlie Ermey, but just I don't know. It's just about the other stuff of the movie besides Arlie Ermey in the movie. Just the movie just felt meh in some parts, and it just felt like I was mixed on the movie. But yeah, I would say this remake, The Hitcher, is the worst one in the Platinum Doom series. It's a piece of shit, generic ass remake that doesn't want to be original, be new, how indifferent, because the movie's just a fucking bit of a shot to shot remake of the first movie. Because they remake the part where they had to pick up the hitchhiker, having the knife by the throat, instead of the character's Jim, like him being having the knife on his throat, it's his girlfriend. But instead, like now Jim, like now the character Jim, who throughout the movie was played by Sweet Thomas Howell, he's like the one character like in the first half of the movie that you're following. But no, in this remake, they made the change where he has his girlfriend, and they're the ones that are being targeted, and they're the ones that they're like the couples in the first half of this movie in the shitty remake. So like that's a bit of a difference. The acting is dog shit, in my opinion. Like all these, like Sean Bean playing the hitchhiker Jack Ryder, the remake character that of the character that Roger Howard did really phenomenal as a psychopath in the original movie. I could see Sean Bean was trying, but he wasn't up par with how with Roger Howard's performance. You could tell he was trying, but Roger Howard was the better performer. The two couples that played like the lead, of course, the guy is like the remake character of the Jim character from the first movie played by C. Thomas Howell, Jim Hosley. And then he has a girl in the remake. He has his girlfriend, played by Sophia Bush, and she's not the remake character of like Jennifer Lee's character, Jason Lee's character from the first one, who played Nash, who was like the waitress, and then she appears like in the second half and joins with C. Thomas Howell in the middle of the movie. Now, like they were, that's not like it's like a remake of that character, but like they just changed the name. But instead, oh, she's Jim's girlfriend already, and they're on the road trip, and the hitchhiker is after them. And yeah, the acting of the character of Jim and his girlfriend in this movie, the remake, is dog shit. They're awful actors. They can't deliver fucking emotions. Like, come on. And also, like, they want to make the girlfriend like, oh, she's the lead. Like, she's Goody Two badass. And I know some people may say, oh, she's hot. I don't give a fuck if she's hot. Her acting is dog shit. Come on. Acting has to have matter in the movie to give me a shit about the movie. Her acting was awful. But yeah, this movie is such a piece of shit. I can remember the fucking story because it's not that memorable. The story doesn't mean shit. The original felt more memorable, like more explanation of what you were invested in this movie. It's because he's getting hunted by the Hitcher. It's very scary, but he makes the smart move by throwing the Hitcher out, and then boom, he's getting psychologically taunted by the Hitcher. He sees of course, they remake the part where he sees a car that's going by with kids in the car, and the stranger's holding like a stuffed toy animal and showing his face and freaking out Jim. Of course, they freak out Jim and his girlfriend in this one, more of a shitty way. Excuse me. But this movie just goes on in a really shitty route of remaking the movie shot to shot. Sorry, folks. Just I had to drink this water because my throat's getting itched from ranting on this fucking piece of shit. Because this movie's a piece of shit. God dang. Okay, so this remake is about. Well, of course, the movie does have some shitty CGI moments. Not a lot, but. There's like a bunny that gets killed, like, as being a roadkill, where he gets run over by a truck, and it's all full of CGI. And of course, the music is by Steven Jabaloski. I didn't hear shit from the music at all. There was nothing about the music that I heard. I didn't even hear any soundtrack in this damn movie. Because I know that the soundtrack for the first, like, I know there was music like by Mark Isham. There was music in this movie. I didn't hear shit in the remake. I didn't hear nothing in the fucking remake at all. Like, the remake had no fucking soundtrack. Like, you could have had Danny Elfman or another great composer like Danny Elfman or Hans Zimmer's, and they could have fucked them over and said, "Oh, they're not using their music that much." That's how I felt like they didn't use Steve Jaliowski's music that much. It was barely heard. And I know Steve Jaliowski does some pretty decent jobs. Like he did scores for like the Transformer movies, which I like them more than the movie itself. The soundtracks were really good for the Transformer films. I did like his soundtrack for Pain and Gain, for Michael Bay's Pain and Gain. That was a fun soundtrack. And he also did the soundtrack for The Island, which was pretty good. And yeah, he did some soundtracks for Michael Bay's film, but this movie didn't have shit. I didn't even hear any music at all. All I heard was just screaming, yelling, and Platinum Dunes bullshit. That's it. I didn't hear Steve Bobrovsky's music at all. There was no fucking music that I was hearing. But the movie's about Jim meeting with his girlfriend, Grace, because she's meeting her at her college, and then he picks her up, and they're on a road trip to have to go to somewhere, and they go to the convenience stores, and they meet up this character, John Ryder, played by Sean Bean, who was in Silent Hill, and he was in, I think he was in the Game of Thrones TV show, but he was like in the first few seasons. But he plays the remake John Ryder character, and he wants to hitch a ride, and then he does hitch a ride, and for a while they're talking, and he starts getting weird, and he points a knife at Grace's throat, like how she did what Jim did in the original, and then they want to like get him out, but he has the knife by her throat, and Jim is all scared and nervous about this, so they do like some big turn, and he falls and drops the knife, and they kick him out of the car, and then they drive away, and he is gonna haunt him. Of course, an hour or two later, when they're driving, the family from another car goes by, and of course there's kids playing in the car, and he's holding a stuffed toy animal, and it's Jack Ryder, it's John Ryder's character. He's behind them. He's like in front of them in that family car, and they're trying to warn them, but they crashed their car because they didn't pay attention on the fucking roads, fucking idiots. But they go and try to see where the car is at because they wrecked their car, and they go on to see the wreckage of the family car that went by, and they see all the family dead except the dad's like still barely alive, and he's stabbed, but they take him away to go get some help and stuff and heal his wounds. And I think they take their car. Oh, I'm not sure what car they took, but they drove him to a gas station to heal him up, and then they get arrested because the cops think that they murdered the guy because the guy has a stab wound. So they arrest them, and then they're put into prison. They're put into jail. They're interrogated of they're guilty for what they are doing, but no, because Jack Ryder comes and murders them in the police station scene. And of course, you get this scene right here where he's like looking at Grace through the interrogation window and wiping blood from one of the police victims that he killed. And yeah, that that scene was okay. It was a well shot scene, but it's not gonna give me shit for watching this piece of shit ever again. But I did like how he shot, like where he's putting, like he touched the window with the blood. That okay, that was cool. That was a cool shot. And of course, he killed all the police officers. That's why Grace and Jim make their escape. And of course, you get this dog chewing one of the dead bodies, which is pretty good practical effects. But go on to get a cop car, make their escape, and then they're getting chased by the cops, and there's a helicopter going after them, and then you get to this ridiculous, over the top, stupid fucking scene, which this is like the only thing I remember from this movie, like seeing this shitty remake, is this over top stupid ass scene, which is, and it's a random musical number. Like, no, not even playing Steve Jablonski's score, because I have not heard anything from the fucking score. There was nothing that I was fucking hearing. So, like, where's his score? Like, can it be played in this chase sequence by the cops? And of course, Grace is on the radio trying to, on dispatch, and trying to tell the cops, "Oh, we're guilty. We're not guilty. There's a guy after us." And of course, Jack Ryder's behind them, and Nine Inch Nails Closer fucking randomly plays. It's a cool song, but it's out of like context. Like, was that the right choice song to play? Like, you couldn't play like something that really didn't mean, that could have invested into the chase sequence, but it was just random. And just like, I went like, what the fuck? I like, throughout the song it says, "I wanna fuck you like an animal, dude. I wanna disrocate you, dude. I wanna fuck you like an animal." Like, that song, like, it's a cool song, but it's like really, it's really weird. Like, it's played in a tenseful chase sequence, but it's like, whatever. This is like the only, because I don't mind the song in Seven, and I in the Fan. It's not a song I hear a lot, but it's alright. Like, at least something happened in this shitty fucking remake. Okay, that scene, because he started, Jack Ryder's riding in the car, and he's like going by the cops, shooting at them, going all gangster, shooting at them, causing the other car to flip, and the other cop car to flip. And then he started shooting another cop car, and he started shooting the helicopter and the people that are in the helicopter, and then pissing the lieutenant off that's hearing all this stuff. And of course, trying to crash Grace and Jim's car, and he gets away, which Nine Inch Nails is fucking playing Closure. Yeah, that was just such a bizarre, random, stupid scene. Like, I was like, what the fuck? But like, it was okay or anything. So that's like the thing I would remember about the movie. And they get out. They want to try to get out of there by finding out who the hell is this guy. They try to escape, and they almost get hit after their stupid ass argument, because they have like this stupid lengthy argument. "You should have not picked up the guy." Like, Jesus Christ, they didn't have the stupid ass conversation in the original. Like, the filmmakers don't know shit about what the original was even about. They missed the point of what this original classic is about. And you got the stupid shit where they're arguing for like a fucking minute. And I'm like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Like, can we just hurry as shit up and have the stupid movie end already? Like, this remake is so fucking shit. It's a piece of shit. And one leads to another. They almost get hit by this debris of a broken down car that falls off a ledge, and Jack Ryder tries to kill them. So they get away. They sneak in. They get to a motel, and then they're staying there, and then they're trying to relax, and then Jack Ryder is there, and he attacks Grace and trying to kill her, but she makes her fight, and makes her escape because she's fucking tootie too badass. Give me a fucking break. But she goes and sees it where Jim is, because Jim has disappeared. Sorry, folks. I had to sorry, folks. Just coughing from this shitty movie made me cough. But yeah, I hate watching the shitty remake. But yeah, the movie just goes on in a shitty route where they remake the part where instead of the girlfriend being captured and pulled by the truck, it's Jim. Jim is the one that tied and by the truck because she's trying to find him, and she finds him behind the truck, like all tied up, like how Nash was tied up in the original movie. And in the same scene where like how Jim goes in the truck and tries to point the gun at Jack Ryder, Grace does that in a shitty way where she can't fucking do an emotion because she can't deliver a good fucking performance because she's a shitty actress. Fuck. Where C. Thomas Howell did a fucking better job. Where he showed more emotion. And of course, the hitcher's trying to tell her, oh, you got a choice. If you shoot me, I'm gonna let go of the pedal. If you don't, your boyfriend will live. Either way, the boyfriend is literally fucked anyways. And of course, the cop comes. They trying to stop her and arrest. They want to arrest her, but she can't shoot. And then boom, the boyfriend is pulled in half. Like in the original, we didn't see nothing because it was more impactful. It was more disturbing of how it was shot. In this one, we just finally see like, oh, okay, we see them getting the person getting ripped in half, and blood and guts, all that bullshit. Like, oh, like if we needed that in the remake. It didn't have no tension or behind it. It just didn't feel scary. It felt like it was in there for like 5 seconds, generic shit to just show, oh, the blood and guts. Like, it just didn't feel that disturbing at all. It didn't feel dark either. Because that moment in the original movie where Nash is getting like pulled in half and then it goes off screen where you hear her screaming and it's echoing and Jim is yelling at the Hitcher. That shit was more disturbing and dark in this one. It was just that Plant of Doom's generic bullshit that they put in. And of course, Grace is taken care of by the cop and the lieutenant. Jack Ryder is turned out he's not Jack Ryder. He's just a guy that used somebody's identity, so he's like the unknown, where he has no identity. And then they're trying to transport him to a prison truck, and at the same time, the lieutenant's taking Grace home after she's all disturbed. And then the Hitcher I think he rips his hand through the cuffs and grabs the cuffs as weapons to slice one of the cops' throat, and then grab his gun and start shooting the other cop and then the driver too. And they do like this big crash, flip around. And of course, Lieutenant who's driving Grace crashed his car, and then such bullshit that she doesn't even have any bumps from that impact of them getting like in the car getting slammed. Like no glass shattering hitting her head, or at least like she's bleeding on the side at least. No, none of that shit. And then she goes, oh, wannabe Sarah Connor badass, which is so shitty and so unconvincing bullshit. Where she grabs the shotgun, trying to go after the hitchhiker, but the hitchhiker knows that she's an idiot and boom, knocks her out and throws her in the truck. And then surrounds the truck, exploding the fucking truck, and going to go kill the lieutenant, where he shoots him in the head. And the truck was exploded, and Grace doesn't have any burn marks. She doesn't have ashes around her face from coming out of the fucking explosion, and she's not like, she's like all fucking Vin Diesel, where she has no wounds or no scars, no ashes, dirt, crap around her face, and she's all fine. What the actual fuck is that? That's some Hollywood bullshit. Like, that is so fucking stupid. Like, there's no way she would have gotten out all intact. Because in real life, if you're gonna get out of the fucking burning car like that, and you're gonna kick the door, you're gonna at least have some third degree burns on your arm. You're gonna have some ashes smeared on your face from the smoke, because you're going through the damn toxic smoke. But no, she doesn't have that. She's all fine looking duty bad bullshit. What the fuck? And then she has like the big shotgun, and she's trying to be like so badass. But that shotgun scene was better in this movie. This movie did that scene better with Sam Thomas Howell being a really convincing badass character that developed his scaredness in the first half of the movie, and then his badass was well art and well done and well shot it. But this one, the Grace is like holding the fucking shotgun, and then she shoots Jack Ryder in the back, and then boom, he falls down, and he starts getting up and turning around, and showing this is for Jim, and then she shoots him in the head, blowing his head off. And then she's all relaxed, and then that's when the stupid movie ends. And like, that was some generic bullshit. Like, that remake didn't have shit. Like, this remake of the original movie was so shitty, because this original had more story, had more tension, had more scary. It was even more dark than the fucking remake. The remake had gory moments, but it didn't mean shit to save the movie, because the movie was a piece of shit. And yeah, the Hitcher, the original movie kicks the remake's ass. It has better acting, better cast, better directing, better music too, because I didn't hear fucking shit in the music. I don't want to ever own this fucking bullshit. It's like Halloween End. It's like fucking Gutter Balls. It's like Serbian film, fucking underground. Like, this one, it's like up there with this piece of shit movie. Fuck this piece of fucking shit, motherfucker. Yeah. And yeah, fuck that. Yeah, that's the end. That's the ending with the shotgun, which I forgot to show. Yeah, it's such a done shit. It's a fucking shitty moment that the actress can't even fucking do emotions in her fucking acting. I don't give a fuck if she is a good looking actress. I don't give a fuck. Her acting was terrible. Jennifer Jason Leigh was a better actress in the original movie. Fuck this piece of shit. But yeah, that was the Hitcher remake, folks, and I'm just having fun, folks. Like, if anybody is a big, because I know there's some people that love this movie, and there's some remakes that are questionable for people loving it, but I'm respectful to everybody who loves movies. Just leave in the comment, folks. If anybody loves this movie, be respectful about it. I'll be respectful back. I'm just here to have fun, enjoy ripping this movie apart, and just having fun, folks. Just kicking ass and being fun, folks. But yeah, leave your comments what you thought about this movie. Is anybody a big fan of it? Just be respectful, because I had to encounter some assholes that shit on me in some rants before, rant videos back. But yeah, folks, just be respectful and leave your comments what you thought about this movie. If you're a big fan of it, just be respectful, folks. But yeah, hit the like, subscribe, folks, and take care. Yeah, that's the rant of this piece of shit remake of the Hitcher. Shitty movie, shitty acting, shitty directing, music. I didn't barely hear any damn music at all, and the story sucks. Sean Bean was trying as the Hitcher, but to me, Roger Howard is much better. But yeah, take care, everybody.